He says, I know people who are very like Islamic, like they do Amr bil Ma'ruf and Nahy anil Munkar, which is the Islamic thing you're supposed to do. Like they're observant Muslims, but they still profit from interest. Like for example, they bought a house. Oh, or like they pay for mortgages. Okay, so apparently you can't be the receiver of interest or giver of interest. Like whatever side of this transaction you are, you're gonna burn in hell. It doesn't matter if you're the receiver or the giver. It's like, oh, so their excuse is that we're not. So apparently, so his friend, a friend he knows who is an observant Muslim, he got a house and I think they have a mortgage or a loan, right, to get the house. And he's like, I'm not doing anything wrong because I'm not making a profit from interest. I am giving profit to the bank for interest because I am the borrower, right? And is that allowed? Okay. Like so the excuse is that we're giving profit, we're not making profit. Like he's like, so what? They're all the same. Like either getting profit or giving profit, riba is haram. It's like this. The verses of the Quran which are in regards to riba are pretty clear. He just spoke Arabic. He just gave the verses. See, like the Quranic verses is saying, like he covers all these excuses. Like there's no way out. It's all wrong. But guys, if it's how do Muslims buy houses? They just pay the whole thing in cash. So this is like they just wait until they have all the money. So this is so hard. Like how? So a lot of Muslims are going to. A lot of these radicals are going to be renting for the rest of their lives because they can't. Especially when inflations are so high, borrowing is a good idea because the interest you're paying on the loan could be less than inflation. This is like when inflations are high. Like a lot of Muslims are not going to be benefiting from being borrowers at the times of high inflation, right? If you borrow money and inflation is high, the payments that you have to make back to the bank are going to be so low because they're worth less in the future, right? So a lot of people so you're harming the ummah. You're destroying, you're financially cursing your community. Why are you doing to this? How do Muslims become house owners if they can't even get mortgages? Yeah, Puya is saying, great, just throw all economic science in trash. Exactly. I don't understand. Oh my God, you cannot even be witness. You cannot even be a witness to a riba transaction. So if you're getting the interest or you are giving the interest or there's a deal that involves an interest and you're just a witness in that transaction or in that deal, you are also harami. You're a harami, you're a harami, you're a harami, everyone's harami. He just cursed the people he just said a Quranic verse that cursed everybody involved in riba. Oh, okay. So this guy in live chat says like, no, don't worry, you're gonna own your house in Jannah. Beautiful response. Okay, so for Jannah, for people who don't know, is paradise in Islam, right? So don't worry. Like, yes, you're not gonna get a house in this life, but you get a better one in the afterlife. That's a good deal. You're right. That's good. That's a good one. That's a good comment. I like it. Ibn Qayyim is saying, in the UK, imams are very flexible, especially considering many of them are involved in property development themselves. This is why they make an exception for mortgages, right? They're like, oh, interest is bad, but mortgages, they're fine. And like, where in the Quran and Hadith are saying that this specific interest is okay? There's nothing. Like, okay, but like mortgages, like we cannot say that's haram. Like people need to buy houses.
شاهدی که بر قضیه ربا امضا میکنن، بر یک حالا سند ربوی، بر یک خرید و فروش ربوی، اینها میان امضا میکنن، اینها هم ملعونن. بنابراین این مسئله قطعی است. عجیب است کسی که مسئله حرام و حلال این همه
Anyways, this guy is basically going to go, he's just like cursing anybody who's involved in this, right? Anyways, if you'd like to send me your questions for me to answer during our Q&As, become a patron. If you would like to have a discussion with me live on air at the end of the Q&As, become a YouTube member. Link to both is in the description. Thank you for your support.